Live from Bankwest Stadium here in Parramatta. It's round 7 action here in the SRL Premiership. The Parramatta Eels at home hosting the Penrith Panthers. Nathan Fisher leading his Panthers out onto the park in what is a do-or-die clash for both teams. But more notably, the Panthers requiring to win this game by 21 points or over to secure their spot in the SRL Season 1 finals, while the Eels currently sitting in 4th, requiring a win or a loss by 21 or under. We are in for an absolute cracker here this evening, as Hayden Yates is with the ball. Parramatta are going to take the kick to start the game. Panthers will be receiving. It's 4 versus 5 here in the SRL Premiership, the final round of regular season, and the game is underway here at Bankwest Stadium. And it's Mason Remy given the ball to bring back towards this Parramatta defensive line.
That's his second. He's held there.
So last week the Panthers taking down the Storm 30 points to 12. And what was a superb performance by the Penrith-based team. While the Eels got back on track after a couple of losses, beating the Seagulls and ending their hopes of a finals berth 26 points to 0. As we see the Panthers make their way through their first set of the game, and it's Corey Parker given the kicking duties, and it's a good kick by Parker, forces Dan Mitchell into the corner, and he's lucky not to go into touch. Tinkering down that right-hand touchline, and it's given to Luke Short, and Luke Short straight away makes some inroads, punching his way through the defensive line. We all saw Luke Short last week coming off a double. 2 fantastic tries against the Seagulls. As they go inside to the skipper, that's Johnston.
He's held there.
Both teams looking to get off to a positive start as Jones puts the kick down. This time it's Kennedy who takes it close to the sideline, and he's wrapped up by Connor Sanderson. Couple of changes in both teams this evening. First up with the Eels, Eli Barnes has been moved into the fullback position with Connor Sanderson shifted to the wing. It's the left wing. Isaac Simons and Attila Settendag in the middle. Dante Mitchell on the other wing. It's a good run by Alex Chen down the sideline, but he's been forced into touch by Settendag. Good tackle by the little centre. And the Panthers give away an early unforced error. In the halves for the Eels, it's Hayden Yates. Alongside him is CJ Jones, who's making his debut in the number 7 jersey. Kai Jones moved to the bench. Front row, it's a familiar front row. Jay Fogarty, Tim James and Luke Short. While in the second row, Braden Smith moves from the wing into the second row, while William Jones and Kobe Johnston moving to the number 13. As Yates takes it forward, decides to take the line on himself. He's a hard-running halfback, Hayden Yates. Always looking to test out the defence. They go left side to Fogarty. Taken down a good tackle by Kanan Bell. And it's Jones who's given the kicking duties, and he's kicked it into one of his own players. So the Eels make an error as well. So it's even one apiece. But CJ Jones, that's his first touch, was first kick in the halves, and it's not one that you'll want to remember. So we'll quickly go through this Panthers lineup as well as they get the game started on the Eels 40. Brodie Kennedy at the fullback position. Ethan Monty and Nathan Fisher on the wings. Mason Yates and Joshua Dobson in the middle. While in the halves, Alex Chen retains his position alongside James Thorne. Front row is Mason Remy, Mark Lee and Lachlan Sinclair. And in the back row, Lachlan Martin, Kanan Bell and Corey Parker. So it's a familiar lineup for the Panthers, who see this as possibly the game of the season for them. The season is on the line as they look to strike early here as Thorne puts it high. It's quite deep. It's a little bit too... No, it's not too deep. Mason Yates comes away with it. And the Panthers open the scoring here at Bankwest Stadium. Flicked back to the centre. Second try of the season for Mason Yates as he comes in to convert his own try. Starts it to the right. It's coming around beautifully and it goes straight through the uprights. Early lead here for the Panthers. 6 points to 0. So just the start that Nathan Fisher and his team would have been asking for. And Panthers fans will be extremely happy with that, coming up against this Eels outfit who many were saying were Premiership favourites at the start of the season. And if you look at their lineup, it's an extremely powerful team and full of representative players. But they did have a bit of a blip in the middle of the season, and they find themselves now on the cusp of finals footy, so we'll wait and see how this one plays out. But it's Lachlan Martin for the Panthers who takes it up to the halfway line. Yates goes wide to Thorne. Thorne goes wide as well to Chen. So the Panthers looking to catch out the Eels here, throwing it around early. Final tackle, Dobson. Puts it down deep to the wing of Connor Sanderson. Dangerous winger, he brings it back. Met in a good tackle though. It's Dobson who follows through. Takes Sanderson down. Now it's Braden Smith getting a run in the second row this week. Near side to Barnes, the fullback, looking to jink his way through this Panthers outfit. James decides to go left, finds Smith again. Taken down comfortably by number 7, that's Thorne. They come back to Johnston, takes it up over the halfway line. It's the final tackle here for the Eels. Good defensive set by the Panthers. This time Jones gets it away cleanly. And he sends it down to the wing of Nathan Fisher.
Release.
Fisher plays it 25 metres out. They come wide to Sinclair. Towards the middle of the field. Sinclair's hard to take down, but he plays the ball well. They go short side again. Inside pass to Kennedy. Covered well by Smith. Sinclair again looking to pump the legs and make a few extra metres. Just short of the halfway line as they cross it to Parker. Corey Parker coming off a couple of injuries over the last few weeks. Final tackle, they go back to Chen this time. Chen's forced to put a kick down, straight down to the wing of Dan Mitchell. But he's met in a good tackle by Mason Yates. On the 20 here, the Eels. Flat pass to Short. Luke Short wrestling with the tackler. That was Lachlan Martin, along with Mason Yates. Sorry, Ethan Monty. Again, Luke Short taking it forward. Looking to get as many early touches as he can. As the Eels decide to kick early, it's CJ Jones not finding too much space, and Brody Kennedy brings it back well. Up to the halfway line for the Panthers. So a good return by Brody Kennedy as Lee decides to go from dummy half. Makes some good metres up through the middle. They come left. Sinclair to Remy. Good run by the big prop. Back to centre field to Chen. Kennedy again looking to dance his way through. Good tackle. Taking him down. That was Luke Short. Had to be made. Bell to Dobson. Still continuing down that right edge, the Panthers. Dobson a little bit slow to play the ball. Gets up. Lee goes back to Parker. Parker decides to put the kick up. It's a good kick by the lock forward, but not many good chasers.
Right.
And Dan Mitchell takes it down a metre short.
That's your second. Held.
16 and a half minutes been here at Bankwest Stadium in Parramatta.
Held there. 3. Back with me.
Mason Yates opening the scoring in the opening 10 minutes.
4. Hold the 10. Held.
6 points to nil here to Penrith. Needing to win by 21
He's held there.
to
Held.
guarantee our position in next weekend's semi-finals. As CJ Jones again puts the kick down, this time to the wing of Nathan Fisher.
1. Release. Held. Let him up.
Mark Lee, a good burst through the middle. The little hooker trying to catch out the Eels napping. Johnston was up to it. They come to Parker. Long ball out to Thorne. Looks to dummy.
Held.
Fakes to go left, but takes it himself. They stay the short side to Martin. Out to the wing of Ethan Monty. Monty almost getting through the tackle of Attila Settendag. But Settendag manages to wrap him up. Centre field to Remy. Good charging run by the hulking prop. 12 metres out here, the Panthers. Final tackle. Lee goes back to Thorne. Thorne puts it high again. He's pushed it a little bit too deep. And Eli Barnes comes away with it. And the Eels restart from the 20.
0 tackle. He's held there. Held. Get
Back
up.
live here at
1.
Bankwest Stadium as
Release.
Kobe Johnston plays the ball. And they go centre field to Braden
Held
Smith.
there. 2.
Just short of the
Hands away.
halfway line. 6 points to nil here to Penrith. 20 minutes been in the first half as William Jones puts down the ball. And that's a knock on to the Eels in their own half. That's good pressure by the Panthers defence, rushing up early on Jones.
Right. Here's tackle 1.
And they
Held.
continue to have this early territorial game in this first half.
That's your second. He's held there.
Curdy Courier makes his way off the bench and plays the ball. Lee goes to Martin. It's a good flat pass to the second rower.
Move. 3 hands
Taken
away.
down by Kanan Bell. Out to the wing again. It's Mason Yates this time.
That's tackle 4. Hands off.
Close to the touchline. But keeps the legs in play. This time it's a short ball to Cleary. And he gets the offload to Monty. So good passing here by the Panthers. Putting this Eels outfit under a lot of pressure as they get to their final tackle. Yates goes back to Thorne. Thorne puts another towering kick up. Coming down for Sanderson. And he makes no mistake. And again, the Eels bring it out to the 20 to restart.
Held. 0 tackle.
All this early possession and territory to the Panthers.
That's 1. Move.
They know the intent and they know the intensity they have to play this game with. Trying to beat down this Eels outfit.
2.
Whereas the Eels know that they have superstars galore. As one of them, Connor Sanderson,
Held.
makes a good little dart through the middle.
Back with me.
Taken down 35 out. They go to Jones this time. It gives it to Carter.
He's held there.
Luke
4.
Carter
Get
taken
back
down
with
25
me.
out. 15 metres in. This time it's Wallace. His first touch off the bench. Final tackle here for Parramatta. Their first real attacking opportunity of the game. 24 minutes in. Jones decides to put the grubber kick in. There's no one in behind, but Martin manages to get back. And it was lucky as well because Kobe Johnston was right there, ready to pounce on it. But Martin was up to the task.
He's held. 3. Held.
Struggling to get out of their 10 here, the Panthers, as the Eels upping the intensity
4. Move.
defensively and tackle free. It'd be a surprise if the Panthers don't kick early, but they don't. They decide to go to Courier,
5.
and he's taken down a good two-man tackle
Clear him now.
on their own 30, and it's a slow play the ball by Courier. Looks to be getting up in a little bit of an awkward position, but it's a good kick down to Sanderson's wing. Brings it back with a lot of pace and intensity, but he's taken down the 40. So an opportunity here for the Eels to swing that momentum down to the Panthers' end of the field as they go inside this time. Barnes finds himself on the end of it. A good little interchange of passing there between the Eels halves. And they find some meters. Jones out to Smith. Finds himself out on his wing. His familiar position. This time to Sanderson. Sanderson gives it to Carter. Taken down a couple of good Panthers defenders. And the Panthers calling for an offside accidental. Not getting it. Referee says play on, but the Eels aren't able to get to their kick. And the Panthers will be breathing a sigh of relief there.
Hill. Right, here's tackle 1. Two on the keep going. He's held there.
Corey Parker on the 30, play the ball. They go to the right. Inside ball to Kennedy.
3. Back to
Always
10.
hunting for that inside pass. Especially for Mason Yates, Brody Kennedy. This time it's Cleary taking a good two-man tackle. That was William Jones over the top, and Thorne decides to put it down early on the 4th tackle. That's a good kick by Thorne. He's going to push it into the Eels in goal. And it's Barnes who has to get back and retrieve it, but he's not going to get far out. And he's actually forced back into his own 10. So it's a good kick by James Thorne. Eliminating any sort of territorial gain the Parramatta Eels have made over the last couple of sets. That's Thomas Barnes taken down by Thorne. They play the ball. They come to the near side. Inside pass to James. The hooker receiving the inside pass. Calling for it in the gap. The gap closes early though. This time it's Simons. Out to Eli Barnes. This is Eli Barnes' 3rd game in the fullback position. Had a pre-season game. And a game early on, I think it was round 4. When the Eels went down to the Rabbitohs, but it's Cleary taking it forward for the Panthers. Just clicking over the 30-minute mark here in the opening half.
3 back with me.
The score remains 6 points to 0 to the Panthers. Not enough at the moment to get them into the semi-finals next week. But with a whole half remaining, there is plenty of time for points to come as Parker plays the ball on the final on the halfway line. And Thorne puts it down to the wing of Dan Mitchell. So Mitchell to play it just short of their own 40. They go to William Jones, one off the ruck.
That's your second.
And he's taken down a good tackle short of the halfway line. They come near side. Inside ball to Settendag.
He's held there. 3.
Settendag just hunting on the inside. Cleary was up to it. This time centre field to Carter. Luke Carter and gets the offload, but he's thrown it away to Lachlan Martin. And the Eels once again give it away. Complaining that Martin didn't play the ball straight there, the Eels. Kobe Johnston still screaming at the referee. I'd have to agree as well. It didn't look like Lachlan Martin played the ball facing the sideline. But Johnston is not happy with that one. Tackle 4 here for the Panthers. Near side to Martin again, who makes a good break up on the inside. Taken down by Eli Barnes. No one at the back here for the Eels at the moment. Sanderson drops back, and they will go down to the wing of Sanderson. And he's running into touch. Connor Sanderson, he's sort of slipped as he's picked it up. And he's put a foot in touch. And this is going to give the Panthers an ideal opportunity as we approach half-time. And Sanderson sort of got stuck in the middle of the park after Eli Barnes was forced to make the tackle. And he had to cover both the fullback position and his wing as the Panthers get it restarted. Mason Yates looking to go through for a double. He's taken down 5 metres short here for the Panthers. Lee goes back to the right. Inside pass to Parker. Forced back a couple of metres just short of their own 10. This time Alex Chen, and he's thumped in a tackle. And he's spilled it forward, and the Eels are going to come away with it. No advantage. But Alex Chen just took a thump to the shoulder. And he's come up with a knock on.
Let him up.
So less than 5 minutes remaining until half-time here at Bankwest Stadium in Parramatta. Round 7 action here in the SRL as we approach Season 1 semi-final action next week.
That's tackle 4, hands off, Hill.
With this game being the game of the round, so Eli Barnes makes a good break up through the middle, setting it up for the Eels to go left or right. Final tackle here. James decides to go deep to the left to CJ Jones. Puts it high. It's a good kick by Jones, but Kennedy comes away with it. And Brodie Kennedy almost getting away. Almost a foot race between Kennedy and Eli Barnes as Blairey goes through the middle, leaving Barnes just sprayed across the ground. And the Panthers looking to strike before half-time. Coming up, 2 minutes remaining until the siren. Lee goes to the right to Kennedy again. Brodie Kennedy, what a half he's had. He's been everywhere. He's now 10 metres out here, the Panthers. They come left to Chen, to Kanan Bell. He forces it forward, taken down in a good two-man tackle. Final tackle, 5 metres out. Lee goes to Thorne, puts in the grummer, but it's picked up by the skipper. Kobe Johnston cleans up the scraps. And the Eels survive again.
That's his second.
Sanderson taking it out just beyond the 30 for the Eels.
He's held there.
But only a couple of tackles remaining.
3, hands away. Hill, 4.
That's Luke Short just over the halfway line. And they go near side to Barnes.
5.
He's taken down a good tackle by Joshua Dobson.
Get up.
And that is the siren here at Bankwest Stadium. It's the Panthers going into the sheds. 6 points to 0 up at half-time. We will be back with 7 half action after the break. Back here live on SRL TV, the Simulation Rugby League Premiership. Round 7 action. It's the Penrith Panthers holding a slim 6 points to 0 lead here at Bankwest Stadium. Parramatta Eels retrieving the kick from the restart as Luke Short again
1, release.
takes the ball into some heavy contacts and shoves off a couple of would-be tacklers. I think it was Mason Remy, in fact. Probably the largest 2 players on the park coming to blows. But it was Mason Yates who opened the scoring in the first half, in the opening 10 minutes, in fact, converting his own try. to give the Panthers a 6-0 lead, but it's been a pretty quiet half. Apart from that, as Yates puts the kick down. It's a good kick by Hayden Yates. Brodie Kennedy just manages to stay in the field of play, and Brodie Kennedy makes a break through the middle here. He's got support on the inside, but he doesn't take it, and he's taken down just over the halfway line. Great return by Brodie Kennedy after immense pressure. This time it's Sinclair just taken round the ankles by Eli Barnes, but all of a sudden the Panthers hot on attack. They come near side to Chen. He's taken down only a few metres out here. The Panthers looking to strike early in the second half. Kanan Bell looking to drive his way over. Tackle 4, they go left side to Sinclair. Lachlan Sinclair letting down. Referee's going to have a look at it, but Sinclair looks confident. And he looks to have got the ball down as well. And the Panthers strike first in the second half. You can put that down to Brodie Kennedy after what was a pretty good kick by the Eels, forcing the Panthers back. And what a return by the Panthers fullback as Yates comes in and adds the extra 2. No issues there, and the Panthers take a 12-0 lead. They are halfway to where they need to be at the end of 80 minutes. But the Eels will have something to say about that as Hayden Yates looks to restart the game in front of their home crowd. Still a long way to go in this one as Brodie Kennedy takes the ball from the kickoff and gives it to his front rower, Mason Remy. Playing the ball just outside the Panthers 20. They go to Martin, and Martin gives the offload to Remy in support. Lee comes near side to Chen, to Dobson. Dobson just jigs around the tackle of Braden Smith. Up to the halfway line here. Kennedy makes another good break up through the middle. Some good meters by the Panthers. Coming out after the halftime break with a lot more intensity than we saw in that second half, or the second quarter. As Thorne puts the kick up. It's come off the side of the boot though. Not a great kick by Thorne. It's brought down by Settendag, and he's brought it down on his own 30. So Thorne probably looking for a little bit more depth in that kick, but all the same for the Panthers, they'll be happy with how they've started the second half. As Fogarty goes through the middle for the Eels and finds a little bit of space in behind. This time it's Braden Smith, all of a sudden finding himself in space himself, and Braden Smith goes in for the Eels untouched. He's been put through a huge hole, catching the right side of the Panthers out. And it was Joshua Dobson who was filled into a fake pass, and the Eels strike back. Conversion successful, so it's 12 points to 6. The Panthers still holding a lead, but the Eels strike back what could be a very important try, and the Panthers will need to reset from that halftime deficit. Back underway as Will Simons looks to be warming up on the sideline for the Panthers, along with Kai Jones and Liam Budd. So both teams looking to
held
bring
there.
on some interchange
Two on the kick going.
power as Barnes makes his way
3.
through some soft defence up to the halfway line. This time it's the try scorer, Braden Smith.
Let him go. 4. Hold the 10.
That try by Braden Smith, an almost identical try to the one he scored
Hill. 5th and last.
the previous week against the Seagulls. Just getting the ball on that left-hand wing and going in untouched under the posts.
Right, here's tackle 1.
As we see a poor kick from the Eels to finish their set, and the Panthers
That's his second.
find themselves in Eels territory already. Up to the halfway line, goes to Mason Remy. Hitting a solid tackle by Jay Fogarty. Lee decides to go left, this time to Sinclair.
4.
Sinclair
Get back,
again.
look at me. He's held there.
Bends the line and makes some good meters for the Panthers. Short ball to Parker, a good run by Parker, and an offload to Remy. Eels calling for a forward pass there. Again, Kobe Johnston screaming at the referee. He's got to be careful. He might get a warning if he doesn't calm down as they put the kick down to Eli Barnes. He takes it safely. But Kobe Johnston obviously feeling the pressure.
2 hands
Not
away.
happy with some of these calls by the referee. It was Matt Cheshin again
He's held there. 3.
as he takes the ball up into some contact, trying to blow off some steam.
Let him go. Let him go. That's tackle 4. Hands off.
They come near side this time, slinging the ball out to CJ
He's
Jones.
held there. 5. Markers lock in.
And that's a good kick by Kobe Johnston, the skipper, deciding to take it on himself and make some good meters up through the middle. It's fought back by Bodie Kennedy. But the skipper definitely looking to spark something as he comes into
2
contact
hands away.
with Corey Parker. And that's a big hit by Kobe Johnston. I'm not sure if he's come out of
He's
that
held there.
in one piece though. The Eels skipper looks to be moving a little bit slowly as Ethan Monty
Held.
looks to find his way down the left-hand touchline, but Kobe Johnston has just snuck up on Mason Remy, and I don't know whether he's okay or not. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but final tackle here for the Panthers. They go left to Thorne, and Thorne cross-field kick finds a little bit of space, but it's picked up by Jones,
Right.
and he's taken down
He's held there.
15 metres out.
That's his second. Held. Move
Braden
it.
Smith takes it forward. Kobe Johnston has come from the field, been replaced by number 14, that's Luke
3 hands
Carter.
away. He's held there.
So I'm not sure who takes the captaincy duties from here, but Kobe
4.
Johnston definitely came away from that hit with Mason Remy second best.
He's held there. 5th and last.
Not sure if that was just frustration that maybe he got in the wrong position, but he's definitely come from the sideline. I'll have to wait and see if he will be returning
1.
later
Release.
on.
Held.
But back here live, it's Corey Parker who takes it forward. It's Luke Short who puts on the shoulder on Corey Parker and lays him flat down the ground as Lachlan Sinclair juggles the ball and manages to regather. Lee goes short set to Martin. The Panthers definitely looking to
Back, look at me.
put a lot of pressure on this Eels right side defence. As again, Corey Parker just slamming into the tackle of Luke Carter.
Held 5.
These two cousins playing on opposite teams. As Thorne decides to kick. And it's a good kick by Thorne, putting pressure on the Eels fullback, and Barnes brings it back
Held.
to the 10. So coming up 60 minutes being here at Bankwest Stadium. Penrith still holding a 12-6 lead. Looking for some sort of spark.
3. Back to 10.
They need another 3 tries to secure their position in the finals, the semi-final action next weekend here in the SRL Premiership.
Tackle 4. Hands off.
At the moment, they're struggling to find anyone who might be able to give them that sort of ascendancy they require. They've got the forwards. They just need to find someone at the back, and possibly Brodie Kennedy. It could even be Ethan Monty as Monty brings it back, and Monty does make a good little break up through the middle. Just short of the halfway line. Lee decides to go to his forwards again. This time it's Lachlan Martin. He's pushed back in a good tackle. Again, they go to their forwards who are getting through an immense workload tonight. Remy with a good pass to Monty again, who makes a break down the left-hand sideline. So maybe the Panthers dare to dream. Have they got someone? As they get to their final tackle, 12 metres out here, Lee decides to go back to Thorne. Thorne puts a kick up. It's been played at by the Eels. Referee says 6 again. And Lee comes away with it. Only a couple of metres out. Eels are calling for a forward pass. It looked to go a couple of metres forward. Referee hasn't called it. So Lee decides to go wide to Thorne. The Panthers struggling. Who do they go to? The Eels hot on their heels. Martin looking to power his way over. Lachlan Martin over the line but rolled onto his back. Tackle 3 here for the Panthers, back out to the 10. Long ball, this time to Corey Parker. He's met in a solid tackle, and he doesn't look to be too healthy. He's stayed down. Corey Parker's come from the field as the Panthers find themselves tackle 4, still being held out by the Eels defence, who is just playing out of their skins at the moment. They go back to Thorne. Thorne puts the grubber in. Tim James comes away with it. And the Eels survive. So after all that, the Panthers see an injury to Corey Parker again. I think that's his 3rd injury of the season. And the Eels survive what would have been one of the best attacking opportunities in the second half for the Panthers.
Markers lock in.
Yates decides to kick. Not a great kick by the half. Picked up by Mason Remy just on his own side of halfway and brings it back to the Eels 40. So another opportunity here for the Panthers if they want it. Brodie Kennedy again looking light on his feet. Looking to dance his way through some tiring defence. Nathan Cleary, is he the one to spark it for the Panthers? Mason Remy shrugs off one and gets the offload. Alex Chen's gone in. So the Panthers do strike. And it's Alex Chen who goes in for his 4th try of the season. A great bust up through the middle by Mason Remy to set it up. And it's exactly what the Panthers needed. Finally, the pressure takes its toll, and the Eels end up conceding a try. An important conversion for Mason Yates, and he makes no mistake. Back out to a 12-point margin. 18 points to 6 here with a little over 15 minutes remaining. The Panthers looking for 2 more tries. The Eels just looking to hold it where it is. As Yates sends it down deep to the right-hand side, and it's taken by Thorne. He gives it to Nathan Cleary. And this dangerous bench player, second rower, brings it back, and now it's Currier. Curdy Currier coming off the bench. The Panthers with their season on the line. Brodie Kennedy's got through an enormous workload this afternoon, and they've thrown it forward here. Kanan Bell just didn't time his run well at all, and they've given away an unforced error in their own half. And now they're going to have to turn their attention to some good defence as the Panthers and Eels sort of muck up their
He's held there.
set play, but Jones manages to regather. They set at centre field, they come to the near side. Isaac Simon's had a quiet game so far, but he's taken down a good tackle. 35 metres out here, the Eels, back centre field again. Inside pass to Carter, Luke Carter, and the offload to Kai Jones.
3 back with me.
So the Eels, inside the Panthers 10, looking to spoil the party, looking to end the dream. A try here would surely do it. They come near side. It's Hayden Yates. Hayden Yates looking to go over, and Hayden Yates looks to have got it down. The Panthers defence just opening up, and Brodie Kennedy could not do it himself. And Hayden Yates could be the one to send Parramatta into the semi-finals next weekend. Frustration for Panthers fans. As Yates lines up to convert his own try. He shouldn't have any troubles, and he sends it through. So 18 points to 12 here with coming up 12 minutes remaining. Here at Bankwest Stadium, you're watching SRL TV. It's the Simulation Rugby League Premiership. And Mason Yates gets the game back underway, sends it straight down the middle of the park. And it's Eli Barnes who comes away with it and hands it off to Thomas Wallace to bring it back into some good contact by Curdy Courier. And Nathan Cleary makes a big hit on number 12. That's William Jones. And just what we're speaking about, Nathan Cleary. He's coming up with a big play here. And have I spoken too soon as Fisher? The skipper's had a pretty quiet game, but he makes a couple of metres and takes it up only a couple of metres short. This time it's Caden Bell. He's forced to play the ball a metre out. The Panthers decide to go left to Thorne. Keeping in their halves. This time they're going to have to go right. They go flat to Caden Bell. Caden Bell, the little second rower. He looks to have got over. He's celebrating. Referee's not sure. He's going to go upstairs. Caden Bell looks confident as we get another angle. And the little second rower has just snuck his way through and scored for the Panthers. So 22 points to 12 as we click over the 70-minute mark. Yates again makes no mistake, and we are back out to that 12-point margin, 24 points to 12. So the Panthers have got the points they needed, but they haven't got the margin. A reminder, the Panthers needing to win by 21 points in this evening's clash to progress into the SRL Season 1 semi-finals. As Yates again gets the game back underway. And they give it to Nathan Cleary, who's been an absolute sensation off the bench this evening. And he just looks hungry for the ball. Again, he's lining up to take it again. But they go to Remy, who gives it out to Chen. They spin it out the back line. And it's Brodie Kennedy who comes away with it. Taken down on their own 30, the Panthers. Back in centre field to Courier. Eels defence at the moment looks to be solid. They come back to the near side to Dobson. Taken down a good tackle by Hayden Yates. Bit of a slow play the ball by Dobson. Looks to be clutching that left elbow as Remy puts the kick in. The front rower deciding to
right. He's tackle
taken on his own and sends it down to the wing of Connor Sanderson. Thomas Wallace goes through the middle. Good short ball to Wallace. And he gets the offload to Jones. Kai Jones coming off the interchange bench late in this game. And they come near side again. It's Braden Smith, the try scorer, looking to score another. Taken down by Kennedy. But the Eels only 30 metres out here, tackle 3. And they've knocked it on, so they've a little bit of miscommunication there. And they've just dropped it cold. And the Panthers get another turn.
That's one. Move. He's held there. Get up.
Back live here at Bankwest Stadium. It's 24 points to 12. The Penrith Panthers currently leading the Parramatta Eels. 6 minutes remaining. The Panthers requiring a further 2 tries. While the Eels just looking to hold on to what they've got as Mason Remy takes it forward inside the Eels 40. As the Panthers sling it wide, it's Kurdy Kurya. Final tackle here for the Panthers. They'll be looking for a nice kick into one of the corners. They look to be going left. They do go left. And they punch it down to the wing of Dan Mitchell. Mitchell brings it back well. Mitchell finds himself in a gap. He's just split the defence open. And Dan Mitchell is going to seal it for the Eels. They will be playing semi-final footy next week. And they will end the Penrith Panthers season here in the SRL Premiership. It's Dan Mitchell who runs 60 metres and scores for the Eels. His 4th try of the season, and just when they needed it the most. Under pressure the whole game, the Eels. But they've managed to hold on here in front of their home crowd. As Hayden Yates comes in and adds the extra 2. 24 points to 18. Penrith still looking to come away with a good victory here. But it'll be all in vain as their season looks to be coming to a close. Needing 3 tries in the remaining 4 minutes. As Yates restarts the game and sends it down to Eli Barnes. And Thomas Wallace brings it back. So the Panthers start the season in round 1 with a good win against the Manly Sea Eagles. 12 points to 0, keeping the Sea Eagles scoreless. Then they came across the ditch to Mount Smart Stadium, take on the Warriors, and went down 26 points to 4 in a hard-fought victory. As the Eels get to the end of their set, and Jones decides to send it deep down to Ethan Monty, who's waiting for it. Round 3 action, the Panthers got back on that winning vibe again, beating the Cowboys 28 points to 18. But then in round 4, had their second loss of the season, going down to the Broncos. So it was win-loss for the Panthers. And after the mid-season break for Origin, went down to a heavy defeat to the Rabbitohs. And then seemingly getting their season back on track with a good win against the Storm last week. And eyeing tonight's game up. Daring to dream, but it will not be the case as the Eels have fought well. The Panthers are going to come away with a good victory. But it's the Eels who are going to solidify their position in finals footy here in season 1 of the SRL Premiership. The siren sounds, 24 points to 18 to the Penrith Panthers here at Bankwest Stadium. A fine season they have had. Nathan Fisher has led his team well. And we hope to see them back next season, but it's for the Parramatta Eels. We will see you next week for semi-final action here in the SRL Premiership.